Good morning, students. I welcome you all to this another set of our online class, and this is in continuation of uh, our efforts to ensure that our students are attended to during this period of lockdown. And as you know, I am your regular uh, civic teacher, and today is also going to be another promising session as you have always uh, enjoying the class. Today is going to be another fantastic one. Uh, by God's grace, today we are going to continue on our scheme of work for third term, and this time around we are looking at week five uh, topic on our scheme of work. And today we are basically going to talk about political apathy, and the subtopic, as you can rightly see on the board, is fighting political apathy. Fighting political apathy. By the way, this particular class is majorly for those in SS2 because this is SS2 scheme of work. And just like I've rightly said, we are looking at fighting political apathy. For you to really appreciate how to fight political apathy, or to get knowledge and understanding of fighting political apathy, we need to first of all look at the rudiment, the basic. And what are the basics there? Is the basics are the meaning of apathy and as well as political apathy. We need to understand that these two concepts, when you understand them, then you know exactly what you are fighting and the reason why you should fight political apathy. Start with political apathy. Apathy is a situation when one has no interest in something. As human beings, we are all different. There are things that Mr. A will like, which Mr. B will not like, and vice versa. And because of that, we say that different strokes for different folks. So that is apathy. And you cannot fault human being for that because we are not the same, and we have what appeals to us, differently. Then coming to political apathy, we're talking about a situation whereby citizens have no interest in participating in political affairs of their country. I repeat myself, a situation whereby citizens have no interest or refuse to participate in the political affairs of their countries. And when we say political affairs, what exactly are we talking about? We're talking about uh, rights to vote, right to register as a voter, right to participate in an election, right to obey the laws of the country, right to respect the national symbols, right to respect the authority, and some of those things. These are what we refer to as civic and political participation. And a situation whereby citizens refuse to participate in any of these affairs, automatically what has happened at that particular time is political apathy. And as long as you are a citizen of a particular country, it is incumbent on that person. It is compulsory and it is important that you must participate in the political affairs and civic responsibility of the citizen, because as we have as citizens, as we have our own responsibilities, so also the government has its own responsibilities. And when government delivers on its own responsibilities, then citizens are also expected to deliver on their own civic and political responsibility. So a system whereby citizens refuse to participate in the political affairs and also fail to deliver their civic responsibility, then we refer to that situation as political apathy. A situation whereby citizens don't have interest in participating in any of those responsibilities that I've mentioned. Now, what are the reasons? What are the things that actually make people not to or to develop apathy towards political affairs or to refuse to participate in the political affairs of their country? There are so many factors that can make people not to participate in their political affairs. But today, like I have rightly said, we cannot go directly into fighting political apathy without getting to know what are the what is political apathy and what are the dangers of it, because it's only when you appreciate or you know the dangers in political apathy and how political apathy poses threats to the political development of a nation, but that one can now appreciate and see the need to fight political apathy. And like I said, today we're going to look at those things. So let us start with the concept of political apathy first. As I've seen on the board there, we say political apathy is a situation where citizens of a state are politically apathetic. Are politically apathetic. People are politically apathetic when they show little or no interest in public affairs, and they do not like to participate in politics or political process of their state. Now, as you have seen on the board through the definition that I just read out now, that when people become politically apathetic, that is when you see that they don't enjoy participating in political affairs. And there are a lot of, like I said, there are a lot of factors that can make people not to. One of them is insincerity on the part of our leaders, economic, what's it called? How would I refer to it? Economic downturn, uh, family problem, lack of motivation, and so on and so forth. These are some of the things, and one can say that, especially in a nation or in a country like Nigeria, where people hardly see the dividend of democracy. The politicians will campaign with a lot of promises, a lot of agenda, but at the end of the day, you end up not seeing anything. And these are some of the things that make people to feel that they whatever they do in terms of participating in politics is an effort in futility. So they don't always see the corresponding advantage to whatever they have done in terms of participation in politics. So people will always, expect politicians to fulfill their promises. But in the situation where those promises are not forthcoming, then people will lose interest in participating in political affairs in their country. So we cannot really blame it on the electorate or on the people. The bulk of it goes to our politicians that always fail to protect and to also fulfill the promises made during campaign. So That is that for the meaning of political apathy. So now let us move to what are the dangers of it, because like I've said, it is when we are know the dangers embedded in it. I mean that that come dangers that come with political apathy, that we can appreciate fighting political apathy. And here we have dangers of political apathy. Here we have following the dangers of political apathy. These are: one, it threatens democratic principles. It threatens democratic principles. Once we exhibit, or once citizens exhibit political apathy, it is an avenue to show or to place problem on the principles of democracy, because participation is one of the key. Participation of the citizens is one of the keys of the tenet of democracy. So a situation whereby people now fail to participate automatically, that aspect of tenets of democracy has been, left behind. Has been left behind. So it threatens democratic principles. And once one particular pillar of democracy is not there, automatically that democracy cannot be strong. So it gives or it creates an avenue to threaten democracy in that way. Number two, it promotes electoral malpractices. This is something that we always advise, that once people people refuse to participate in the political affairs, or probably the electoral process, then it gives room for the bad eggs to emerge. And when the bad eggs emerge, after the election, then they will not be accountable to people, because they don't have the interest of people at heart. So you don't expect them to come into the power and serve the people, because people don't vote for them. People don't come out during the election. They rig their way into it, into the office. So you have no choice than to abide or obey whatever they say or whatever they do, pending the time the next election will come. Number three, it promotes non-accountable government. This is a fallout of what happened in number two. Just like I've said, they will not be accountable to people because people didn't vote for them. They were not being voted for. They rigged their way into office, and they also know that uh, they rigged their way into office. So whatever you say, whatever whatever you know, you say, or you can shout from now to eternity. None of them will answer people, and they are not accountable to people, because people did not support them when uh, they needed them most. Number four, it promotes corruption. It promotes corruption. This also is also one of the fallouts of what happened in number two, where we say that, or number one, where we say it threatens democratic principle. People like that, especially those politicians that rig their way into office, this kind of thing, political apathy promotes corruption, because once those set of people emerge as leaders, you should expect all sorts of things, coming from them, because they are now accountable to people. And these are a set of people that always loot our treasury. They loot into our treasury, and no one can hold them accountable, because they are not accountable to anyone. Number five, it prevents people from enjoying their fundamental human rights. This set of people, when they come into power, they don't give people opportunity to enjoy their fundamental human right because they know that uh, they rig their way into office. People don't vote for them, and they come up with a lot of uh, un, unpopular policies, unpopular policies, and these are some of the policies that can stop people from enjoying their fundamental human rights. So automatically, from what we've done so far, when you look at how political party threatens democratic principle or the kind of danger it poses on uh, political process, then one will appreciate that there is need to wage serious war against political apathy, if at all we want to enjoy all these things we have listed, such as like democratic principles, uh, promotion of electoral processes, having accountable government, eradication of corruptions, and having privilege to enjoy our fundamental human rights. There is need to wage serious war against the political apathy. So we're going to stop here today, by God grace. We have the assignment coming from what we have done today. Assignment says, explain the term political apathy. Explain the term political apathy. And by God grace, I will be expecting your questions, from what we've done today, and the submission of your answers uh, on the assignment given through the WhatsApp number you are seeing on the board, which is on 08053421107, 08053421107. I will be expecting your questions as well as answers to the assignments given to you. Thank you for giving me your time today. See you in our next class. Thank you.